Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ayam Rafiq and I am a foundation level student at Rehan School Islamabad Barakpur campus. So today I am going to conduct an AI session with Maya. In this session I will ask a few questions and Maya will provide the answers. So let's start. Okay, Maya, my first question is what is software?
Set of instructions that tells your hardware exactly what to do. Your laptop or phone is the body, the screen, the battery, the chips. Software is the mind. Really dive deep. Imagine you bought a brand new piano. That physical instrument, the wood, the ivory keys, the strings, that's your hardware. It's capable of making sound, but it can't play a song by itself. The sheet music is the software. It's a precise set of directions that tells the player which key to hit and when. Without the music, the piano is just a silent piece of furniture. Without the piano, the music is just ink on a page. They need each other to actually create something. In technical terms, software is of course.
Okay, my next question is what is the difference between software and hardware?
Essentially, it comes down to what you can actually touch. Hardware is the physical stuff. It's the metal, the plastic, the glass, and the circuitry. You can drop it on your foot and it hurts. It's hardware. Your screen, your keyboard, the motherboard inside your computer, those are all physical components that exist in the real world. Software, on the other hand, is intangible. It's digital. Can't touch a piece of code any more than you can touch a thought or a dream. It's the logic, the data, and the instructions that live inside the hardware. To go back to that piano we were talking about, the physical wooden frame and the keys are the hardware. The melody you're playing, the actual song that exists as a concept in a set of notes, that's the software. One is the tool. Officially on pause. Where are we heading next?
Okay, my next question is what are the main type of software?
Broadly speaking, software is split into two main camps: system software and application software. Think of it like a house. System software is the foundation, the plumbing, and the electrical wiring. It's the stuff that works behind the scenes to make sure the house is actually livable. Without it, you couldn't even turn on the lights. Application software, on the other hand, is like the furniture and the appliances, your oven, your TV, your cozy sofa. These are the tools you actually use to get things done or have fun. System software handles the heavy lifting, like managing your memory and talking to the hardware. Application software is where you spend your time, whether you're browsing the web, editing a video, or playing a game. Does that distinction make sense, or do you want to dig into the specifics of each one?
Okay, my next question is
Take your time. I'm here
what is
whenever.
system software?
System software is the layer that acts as the bridge between the physical hardware and the applications you use. To keep with our house analogy, it's the electrical grid and the plumbing. You don't usually think about them while you're living your life, but the second they stop working, everything else in the house becomes useless. Its primary job is to manage the computer's internal resources so that other software can actually run. The biggest example of this operating system, like Windows, it decides which app gets to use the CPU, how much. When you talk about human skills in this context, are you thinking about the things a person brings to the table, like creativity and intuition that a computer just can't replicate?
My next question is what is application software?
Application software is everything that's designed to help you perform a specific task. If system software is the foundation of the house, application software is everything you actually put inside it to make it useful. It's the tools, the entertainment, and the productivity apps. Think of it this way: your browser is an application for finding information. A word there is an application for writing. A game is an application for entertainment. Even the app you're using to talk to me right now is application software. Unlike system software, which is constantly running in the background just to keep the machine alive, application software is something you consciously open, use, and then close. Doesn't care how the hardware actually works. It just exactly. The application software just gives you the interface to actually put that machine to work. You don't have to worry about the circuitry. You just worry about what you need or find. Where are we heading next in the script?
What is programming?
At its simplest, programming is the act of giving a computer a set of precise instructions to achieve a specific goal. Think of it like writing a recipe. If you're telling a human how to make a sandwich, you can be a little vague. You can say, put some peanut butter on the bread, and the human knows what that means. But a computer isn't intuitive. It's incredibly fast, but it's also kind of literal. If you don't tell it exactly which piece of bread to pick up, how much peanut butter to use, and where to spread it, it will just sit there, or worse, do something completely wrong. So, programming is the process of taking a big
Okay, my next question is, what is coding?
and sounds like you're dealing with a real coding is basically the actual act of writing the instructions. If programming is the big picture process, planning the logic, designing the architecture, and figuring out how the whole thing fits together, then coding is the translation phase. It's where you take those ideas and write them in a language the computer can actually read, like Python or Java. To use the recipe analogy from before, programming is deciding what the meal should be and how the flavor should work, while coding is the act of actually writing the recipe down on the page using the correct terminology so the chef doesn't mess it up. One is the strategy, the other is the execution. So that exactly. It's the part where everything comes together. You've got the plan, you've got the ingredients, and now you're just figuring out how to plate it. What's the next question on your list?
Okay, my next question is, what is software development?
Software development is the entire life cycle of creating a piece of software from the very first what if to the moment it's actually being used by people. If coding is writing the recipe, software development is the whole process of running the restaurant. It's not just about writing lines of code, it's a structured journey. First, you have the planning phase where you figure out what problem you're actually trying to solve and who is going to use the software. Then you map flow behind the scenes. After that comes the actual coding we talked about. But it doesn't end there. You have to test it relentlessly to find all those bugs, deploy it to the world, and then keep updating it as things change. It's a cycle of building, break,
Okay, my next question is, uh,
then improve.
what does a software developer do?
A software developer is basically the architect and the builder of the digital world. They don't just sit there typing code all day. They spend a huge chunk of their time problem solving. Their day usually starts with analyzing a need, like how can we make this app load faster? Or how do we let users pay for this more easily? From there, they design the logic, write the code to make it happen, and then spend a lot of time playing detective to find out why something isn't working the way it should. They're the ones translating human desires into a language that a machine can actually execute. It's a mix of being a translator, a mathematician, and an artist all at once. Does that paint a clear picture, or do you want to know about the different kinds of developers?
Okay, my next question is, what is the difference between a software engineer and a programmer?
This is where people usually get confused because the terms are used interchangeably, but there's a real difference in scope. Think of a programmer like a skilled craftsman. They are experts at writing code. If you give them a specific task, like write a function that sorts this list of names alphabetically, they can do it efficiently and correctly. Their primary focus is the code itself and making sure it works. A software engineer, on the other hand, is like the architect and the city planner combined. They care about the code, but they care even more about the entire system. They aren't just thinking about whether the code works today, they're thinking about whether it will still work when a million people use it at once, how it fits into the larger infrastructure, how easy it will be for another engineer to fix it 3 years from now. To use a building analogy, the programmer is the one who knows exactly how to lay the bricks perfectly and install the pipes. The software Exactly. They're looking at the whole blueprint. The software engineer is the one deciding where the building should go, how it needs to handle the wind and the weight, and making sure the entire structure doesn't collapse. One is focused on the craftsmanship of the parts, and the other is focused on the integrity of the whole system. Does that distinction make sense for your video? Hello. Did you lose? I'm still right here. Everything's good on my end. Did you want to keep going with the script, or were you just checking in? I'm all set. Though I can't actually see through the camera. I'm ready to keep rolling whenever you are. What's the next question on the list?